All right, so today we are going to make a template, and the first few things you'll need a ton of saran wrap. You'll likely need a China marker or China pen, white or black. I think the black works best on me. A pair of scissors and some tape. So we'll first start off by cutting up a piece of saran wrap. And you want one big enough that it'll not just cover your head, but also be able to kind of wrap around your neck, and you'll see in a second what I'm talking about. With your saran wrap, what we first want to do before even applying that to our head is figure out, I guess, where we have to mark out where our template's going to sit. So in this case, you can usually do 4 or 3 fingers. I think I do 3 on the forehead and then 1 on my hair, like where it would have ended. So I'm just gonna mark it there. So that's kind of where like the lowest it'll be. And at least in my case, when I lift up my eyebrows, I get like this sort of these wrinkles, and I also have this widow's peak here. So as long as it's kind of on that line or slightly above it, I'm okay. But I know that my forehead's not as special as a lot of other people's. But yeah, so that's kind of the first starting point, and then you kind of want to just see where it'll fit. So again, you want to kind of follow like a contour. You don't want to have like a straight line. That won't really work, and it'll be difficult to kind of cut and maintain. So yeah, so we have that first initial mark, and you kind of just want to fill it in, going with the shape of your head. And yeah, so now that that's marked, you kind of have an idea of where you want the system to have its hairline. And now you'll go back to your saran wrap, and this is when you'll actually put it onto your head. So it's going to take a little bit of stretching to do that first. Okay. So now you want to cover that area that you marked, but also make sure that it's covering the back. And in my case it is. And now I kind of just hold it there. And again, make sure that it's covering all the places where you have your haircut. It's kind of tough to see, so you want to be a little patient with that. And then I just go little by little. Or you can use 2 mirrors. So in this case, it's going to require a little bit of coordination. But again, as you can see, if you just angle everything right, you can do it yourself. So in this case, my hair ends there. And I'm just trying to figure out where I am in space right now. And you want to also label it so you know exactly which side is which. So in this case, I'm going to put an F here for the front. So that way I'm looking at the front here. And another thing you can do is sort of follow your recession and kind of make a line parallel with that. And this is useful in those cases where if you decide to go and get a custom system, you'll be able to have them make it so that the front can be lace and the rest can be poly. But they would need like these dimensions and kind of where these 2 lines are. And yeah, that's pretty much it with the marker. And now we're gonna tape it up. You just wanna grab your tape, cut some strands, and you'll want to sort of tape over that area that covers your head. So you wanna do some strands perpendicular to your head, but then you also want to have some parallel. Untie it, and this should, well, yeah, that's my head. And now the last step is to just cut this out. And again, remember which one's front, which one's back. As you're cutting, you definitely want to leave about a ½ inch tolerance. You don't want to cut right on the line because it could be that it might not fit exactly, so we'll go a little bit farther out. So in this case, we'll start around here, so. And you can always make it smaller. You can't really have it grow back once it's gone. Yeah, so now it's a little bit bigger than the outline, but then we'll just see how that fits. Okay, so in this case, this is a little too big still. I think that the way that I have my hair currently cut right now, I can definitely take it to the line itself. And the same goes for the hairline too. I can definitely cut it a little bit higher up. With that final trim, I think that is about where my last system was. And yeah, this is it. It wasn't too bad, but now you can use the system to cut your lace or your skin systems or any other system you got. So when you are cutting it, you just have to remember that you have to you want to invert it. Because if you are using like a model head, for example, when you're cutting it, it'll be in reverse. So remember that you want to inside out it, but you still want to remember which one's front, which one's back.